I'm so looking forward to speaking with Addy Graves, who is the co-founder and CEO of Cashew Research. Thanks for joining me.
Thanks so much for having me, Amber. I'm so excited.
Well, before we get into what's happening with Cashew Research today, I wanted to go back to the origin story. How did you come up with this idea?
Yeah, I saw a real need for faster insights, essentially, especially for growing brands that don't normally have access to directly talk with their prospective customers. So we created Cashew so that you could get that expert level of insight done correctly, but with record speed. So within a day, you can get insights about your customers that you so desperately need to make better business decisions.
This is really a game changer, especially for small businesses. I think it's also fair to say right now in Canada that our small businesses are so important in terms of the growth of the economy in this country. So typically, if a business wanted to do research like this, how long did it used to take? How much did it used to cost before Cashew Research?
Yeah, so I actually started my career at Ipsos, which is a global market research organization, and most projects would take several months, honestly, to complete. So anywhere from a month to 2 months, up to 6 months. And then the budget for that type of research is tens of thousands, even hundreds of thousands of dollars. And now with Cashew, we can turn around a research study in one day with a readable sample size, several thousand people.
Well, typically, if a small company wants to do something like this, and I know you cater to businesses of all sizes, but they could go to something like an online survey, for example, and send out that survey to a small number of people. This is so much more advanced. So, can you talk about how you leverage the latest technology to help automate some of the pieces of that research?
Totally. So if I were to break it down, there's really three pieces of any market research study. The first is you need some sort of platform to send the questions out so that someone can answer them online. The other is the people themselves. And then the third piece, which is most important, is the expertise. Because if you don't ask the right questions, if you don't have the right foundation for your study, it's a garbage in, garbage out problem. And the issue with all of those self-serve platforms is that they don't give you that foundation, that building block that is going to ensure that you are asking the right questions, and you're being really focused with the questions that you're asking to end up getting those answers you're looking for.
So let's say, for example, that I'm an entrepreneur and I want to start a business for women who buy suits. I'm just bringing that up out of the blue, but I feel like this is a market opportunity, and I want to kind of understand what type of suits women are buying, what type of budget they may have, between the ages of, let's say, 30 and 50, just to grab a demographic. Is that the type of thing that Cashier Research can help with?
100%. And even better, we could narrow down the lowest hanging fruit for that audience. So we could do a market segmentation that would be needs based, and it would segment your total addressable market of the age range that you talked about among business professionals who are women. And then it would actually tell you segment A, maybe it's women who value quality and style, but have, maybe a market size of 20%, is your lowest hanging fruit. And these women really are looking for brands that are innovative. They have a unique message. They understand their lifestyle, maybe as a mom. And it would tell you exactly kind of like what are the pillars to resonate with them in, and give you some content ideas for how you could actually reach them.
Well, I think this is such a phenomenal idea, but I'm not the only one because we met at the DMZ Women Innovation Summit, and you were part of a pitch competition. Now, there were many excellent pitches, but you really came out on top in terms of the support you got, especially the financial support of, I think, $190,000 from a panel of experts. So talk to me a little bit about that experience and what did that mean to your company?
I mean, it was an incredible experience. Like just being in that room was so inspiring, and all of those companies are incredible, incredible ideas, so many gaps in the market that they're filling. So that part was just super inspirational and, just really proved the value of what we're bringing and that we shouldn't stop because being surrounded by those other companies was just super inspiring. But in terms of what it's now given us, honestly, the exposure to so many prospective clients has been amazing. And then the actual financial support and then the investors themselves really opens up doors to more runway for our company because it's always about runway when you're an early startup. And then just the connections that can be made. So all of these investors, for example, the Firehood and DMZ Ventures, they're super well connected with other companies that could use our services. And it opens so many doors versus not having that exposure or not having those connections. And I've really learned that it's all about relationships, no matter what business you're in. So having that warm introduction, somebody who, trusts you and puts you forward just makes all the difference.
I touched on this a little bit in terms of this moment in time in Canada, insofar as so many entrepreneurs building businesses and how critically important that is. How do you see Cashew Research enabling that and playing a role?
I'm so excited about this question, Amber. I'm happy you're asking that because that's truly what I'm most passionate about, and that all of us at Cashew are most passionate about, and it's really supporting those growing businesses. You can make a lot of mistakes as an early business. You can make a lot of assumptions and you can waste a lot of money. But if you do research, for example, with the service we provide, it gives you so much more confidence and it gives you that focus in order to spend those dollars a little bit wiser. For example, even this suit company that we're talking about, instead of throwing spaghetti at the wall and seeing what sticks, you can actually hone in on a specific customer type and try to resonate with them, build an enthusiast group, and then go from there, which is, really, I think what we're all trying to do with building our businesses.
Absolutely. Well, listen, thank you so much for joining me today and breaking down what your business does. I'm super excited to see you continue to thrive in the future, and congratulations once again.
Thank you so much for having me. It was great.